Welcome back to another normal baseball podcast. We got a lot of news today. We got CBA talk, Tampa talk, some name changes, and Robo-Umps. Let's get into it. Welcome to another very, very normal baseball podcast. I'm Alex, that's Lewis. Normal Dog is somewhere, not here, not right now. There's a lot to talk about. A lot's happened since last time we were here. First of all, how have you been? What have you been up to lately?
Not too shabby. I mean, I watched the Bucks get heartbroken last second earlier today. Now moving on, just gonna try to forget about it.
Good idea. Yeah, no, I won money on that game. So I'm not too fussed. But yeah, as far as baseball goes, a bunch of new stuff actually. Considering we're in lockout, there's a lot of new stuff going on.
Excuse me.
Where should we start? You want to start with Robo-Umps?
Yeah, might as well. I mean, Robo-Umps are getting ever closer to Major League Baseball being in the official Major League level. This year they're implementing it into AAA, which will be interesting. Do we think that will affect anybody's time for estimations to come up anything? I mean,
No.
I don't think it's going to be a big deal, but I have seen that some people are a little bit upset by the younger pitchers who don't really rely on fast stuff, more of the breaking stuff that from time to time would clip the zone, you know? So
I mean,
I get where they're coming from. I just don't think it will affect them.
I don't think it's gonna affect much. Personally, I saw it up close in the Atlantic League last year, and it worked really well there. There was very rarely balls and strikes being argued, which I loved. It worked for the most part. You hear umps complaining about it, but that's because they're the umps. Their strike zone is going to be different than whatever the strike zone going there for whatever team it is. I still think it does have some work. I'm surprised it's already in AAA. Maybe at AA I could have seen, but I mean I like it. I have no problems with it.
I also did see it a little bit in the Atlantic League. I think the system is great. Just I would wish that instead of bringing it into AAA, like you said, AA or even single A, where they can experiment a little bit more with it and see what little tweaks need to be made before they get it really, really close to the major league level.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as far as bringing people up, I don't think it's going to change much.
Yeah, I hope not.
If you're a good pitcher, it's gonna show regardless of who's calling the balls and strikes. I like it. I mean, it was destined to happen, and it's
Eventually,
not
yeah.
even like umps are fully out of the game. We're still gonna. It's like for those. Okay, so if you might not know exactly what a robo-ump is, basically, it's a human. It is a human. There's a human standing behind home plate. They just have an earpiece in, like an AirPod or anything really. Um, and it's just right when the pitch is thrown, it either says ball or strike, and he calls it. So obviously most of it's the system, but things like check swings, safer out calls. I
Yeah,
mean,
there's less human element to the game at the bare core of just like you said, balls and strikes. But obviously, the umpires will still be there to make the calls, like you said, check swing, safe and out. You
yeah,
know,
it doesn't. It's not
it's
like
not like we're gonna have
there's
the
no
Terminator
umps on the
standing behind
field.
home
Yeah,
plate.
it's not like there's
Yeah,
no umps on the field or anything. I think it's being very over exaggerated by the media, and I think people who don't actually know what it is are gonna think that there's gonna be just literally no one behind the plate, and it's just gonna like say it throughout the stadium, ball or strike. That's not how it works. It's still a human, still someone standing there behind the plate, calling balls or strikes.
oh
Um,
my god, imagine that. You're sitting there, strike.
that would be That'd be terrible. I feel like that makes
That
it
would,
less fun.
yeah, that would make it a lot less fun to go to the ballpark.
Yeah. I mean, fans are going to be annoyed about it if it ever hits major leagues, which is looks like it's going to in the next couple of years. But like, it's not like there's still humans calling first base out safe, second base, third base. Calls at home are still going to be humans. It's just balls and
Technology
strikes.
gets to the point where they can call safe and out and check swings, then I'll be a little bit terrified. But balls and strikes, I'm not too worried about.
What I hope they do and are doing, I don't know exactly if this is what they're doing yet. I don't know if this is something they were gonna planning on improving on, is changing the strike zone for each batter. I'm pretty sure that's what they do. It wouldn't make sense if they had the same strike zone for every batter. So the Robo-Ump should adjust to where the batter's height is, letters to knees. At that point, if it's a ball, it's a ball. If it's a strike, it's a strike. It just adds more accuracy to the game, and it's more authentic in a way.
Yeah. You don't want blown calls that could change the outcomes of games, series, or even playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think adding the Robo-Umps might be a good idea down the line. I don't think it'll be in the major league level just yet. Probably another season or two, if I had to guess.
Yeah. I would be shocked if they did next season, unless it goes really well this season in AAA.
Which I'm not too sure about if it will or not, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of AAA, there was a recent change in the AAA system, and I'm not talking about the new Robo-Umps coming. I'm just talking about a team name. The Astros AAA affiliate, the Sugarland Skeeters in Sugarland, Texas, changed their name this week to a name that seems a little more fitting for a minor league baseball team.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And they will now become and be known as the Sugarland Space Cowboys.
Woo.
Like, what kind of name? I mean, it just feels random. I guess Cowboys because Texas, but like space? Where does space come from?
Yeah.
I think it's just
Houston.
a fun name.
I think that's the Houston.
Yeah, because Houston space.
I like it. I mean,
I like it. I love it. I love like random, like funny team names for the minor leagues. That's what the minors are for. Like it's more about the players playing than the names of the teams, you know?
Agreed. I mean, great name choice. I don't think I could have come up with something better.
Yeah, I mean, it fits. It fits where they are.
Yeah, without a doubt. Now let me ask you this: is that your favorite minor league baseball team name?
It's up there. I don't know if it would be my first. I think my number one is the Burlington Sock Puppets. How could you go against the Sock Puppets? They're literally, their mascot is a sock, and the sock looks so fun. I would personally love to be best friends with that sock. No, I wouldn't wear the sock. That's disrespectful. I would love to be best friends with that sock though. I'd love
Fair
it.
enough.
I would give that sock a ginormous hug. I'm not a big fan of puppet shows, but if that guy was in the headlines, count me in. What about you? What about you? Who would you think?
I mean, it's hard to not go with the flying squirrels. I think that's one of my favorite team names, just because of like what the hell type of name is that? Like, oh, who do we got on the schedule? Oh, we got the flying swirls. Oh, we got the sock puppets.
Yeah.
You know, I think most of the minor league team names are pretty fun like that. And I think it adds something good.
It doesn't need to be professional, which is the good part about it.
Yeah, without a doubt. I would love to sport
That makes it fun.
I would love to sport a flying squirrels jersey one day.
I mean, I would agree. I wouldn't be too mad about a sock puppet jersey on my chest. I'd be pretty proud of it.
Ooh,
if I'm being honest.
Definitely agree.
But yeah, minors, it's fun. I want to get to some more minor league games this year, just because it's fun. It's something to do, different ballparks to visit, different places to go.
You could be watching the next Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
You don't even know it yet.
Yeah, you can see some players, see some guys. Yeah, I mean,
see some players that go on to do some great things, such as what Jonathan India just did a few days ago at the Bengals game. Going up to a fan.
Jonathan India.
I mean,
Rookie of the year.
Wow, he is person of the year for that gesture. I mean,
Person of the year
I
in
don't think
2022.
yeah, I don't think he could have been any more professional and humanized than that. Like his whole
Um,
interaction with that fan.
if you don't know what we're talking about because no context was given, um,
That's on you.
Jonathan Jonathan India was at the Bengals game, and a person, a kid with probably a teenager looked like with a disability that didn't allow him to play baseball was there, and he explained his story to India about how he couldn't play baseball. And what India did was took his info and like promised him tickets to a Reds game next year
Followed him on Instagram.
and followed him on Instagram. Just a really heartwarming story. Love it,
Yeah, and
especially from a young.
he interact.
I love when young players do that,
Yeah,
because like they don't have the multi millions, but they're still doing their part, and they're being part of the community and just building fans. And I like when the young players do that.
I mean, especially important in Cincinnati for Jonathan India, who honestly, with how much he is loved in and around the city of Cincinnati, I mean, it's hard to not think that they want to keep him for a long time. He's just a beloved figure, and I think he showed exactly why he is that day.
Yeah, I mean, I think for now, since he's got him till, let me find out. I
What,
believe it's
2024,
no, I
2025?
think it's 27
Wow.
or 26. Let me check really quick. Yeah, because this was his first year,
Oh
so
well, yeah,
they
because he
have him
won
for
Rookie of the
6
Year.
years. Um, yeah, 20. They have him until 2027. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Wow.
he's got to make his fans in Cincy as much as he can while he's there. And then obviously, depending on how his time goes in Cincinnati, he'll be there for longer. But for now he's there for 7 years, unless 6 years, unless they trade him 5 more.
But
So
I
glad to
hope
see
not.
him giving back to the community and making lifelong fan. That's like a lifelong favorite player thing
Oh,
type right there.
oh yeah. Before even after retirement, that
Yeah,
that kid will still be talking about how much he loved that. What, 5 minutes out of his day?
yeah. It only takes 5 minutes to make someone's life. But yeah, I love it. And then
Class act.
another heartwarming story with a I guess a veteran at this point, which kind of seems crazy because I remember when he debuted. Alex Bregman, giving back to the community as well. Um, there was a mother in Houston who lost her kids in a divorce and lost her house and her car. And what Bregman did is Bregman found out and he bought her a new car, rented her an apartment, and helped get her family back together. Um, incredible. I mean, say what you
Another
want about Alex Bregman, but that's unmatched. You can't.
just a great gesture. I mean, again, another just class act. I feel like, this is something great for the game of baseball, especially with the state that it's in now, just for players to go out and really, you know, give back to their community since they can't be giving them baseball right now.
Yeah,
You know, it's great. It's great. And it's not like they're living paycheck to paycheck, especially Alex Bregman.
yeah.
So
Bregman is
it's nice
nowhere
of him to
near.
share.
He's nowhere
Yeah.
near living paycheck to paycheck. Um, that's just kind of most of the off-field stuff that gets you fans, rather than what you do on the field, because both matter, in getting fans. And again, like I said, all with Alex Bregman and all the cheating on the Astros, obviously, me at least, I can't forgive that. I can admit that he's a great player. Cannot forgive the fact that he cheated to win a World Series. Um,
Agreed. Agreed.
he's also a
Especially
good
from two
person.
Yankee fans.
Yeah, he's also a good person in real life.
Yeah, he did
Um,
his best.
yeah, he's making his way back into the community.
Yeah, without a doubt. Speaking of keeping the community together here, the Rays are no longer going to be moving to Montreal. Earlier, was it last season? Early last season, they
Couple
announced that
years
they
ago,
were
I believe it's a
yeah
couple years.
a couple years ago. Wow.
They've been
They
planning for a
announced
couple of years.
yeah they announced that they were going to be playing half their season, half of their home games in Montreal, Canada, and half of them in St. Petersburg, Florida, which is just outside Tampa. And the MLB announced that that will no longer be happening. It has been shot down, which is good. And now I will ask you the question of where do the Rays go from here? Because it's obvious that it almost seems like they want out of Tampa. What do you
Yeah, it
think?
was weird because um the Rays owner said, like, obviously the Rays seem like they want out of Tampa because their owner even said that it was deflating getting shot down by MLB to split games with Montreal. But then the Rays front office, they did like some podcast or something, and they said they've always wanted to stay in Tampa. So
Yeah, I
why'd they try to leave if they always wanted to stay in Tampa? I understand that they're I what like
so I think the real issue there is the front office is different than the owner and the owner's group, in the sense that the front office can say, "Oh yeah, we want to do this, this, and this," but if the owner's not cutting a paycheck or the owner says no, I mean, he owns the team. He can make the final decision.
right,
And I think this is a classic situation of two sides that want to do exact opposites.
but you would feel like as the owner you would make sure the front office doesn't directly differ you. I think it was more of a thing of, oh, they got shot down, let's just play it off like we always wanted to stay here.
Yeah, that could be it. I mean, that's not how I looked
Because
at
it's
it at
not like
first.
they
I
would
definitely thought that it was a miscommunication thing.
if yeah, I didn't I looked at it the other way. I looked at it as more of like a um they're like, oh
They
shoot,
pretend it didn't
let's not
happen.
make the fans hate us. Let's just pretend that we wanted to stay here the whole time.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know who they think they're fooling if that's the case.
So
Because
now I will be a little bit of the devil's advocate here and say that, in my opinion, I think it would have been fun. Obviously, not from a team, like a player perspective or a fan perspective, but just to see teams going to a different location, like we saw with the Field of Dreams, like we've seen with Mexico, and I think it's Puerto Rico, and even London. Like it's interesting to see games other places. I think half of a season in Montreal would have been a little bit much, but I was kind of rooting for there to be some compromise of, a few series each month or whatever played in
yeah,
Montreal.
I was gonna say because the like the London Field of Dreams, the special games, the Mexico series, Puerto Rico, they're like 1 to 3 games each. It's not
The
like
Little League World Series, that's my favorite one. I love that.
it's a good one. But even those are like 1 to 3 games. This is more of their
Half a season.
it's like a yeah, like it's like the Blue Jays kind of thing
Yeah,
when they played
which
in Dunedin and they moved to Buffalo and they moved to the Rogers Center. It literally happened all last year. They played in 3 different home stadiums last year. Which
yeah, it was
when is
all
the
over the
next time
place.
that's gonna happen? I can tell you it's not gonna be soon.
I would hope
Um,
to think for not for a long time.
Fingers crossed, knock on wood, whatever I have to do to hope that it's not soon. Um, but I
I
mean,
agree.
it would work. I mean, Manfred said like logistically it wouldn't work and it was like too risky to make that kind of commitment. But I don't think it's
Is
that.
he saying that because of the situation of, where we are in the world right now? I think that might be part of
He
why he
might
said it.
be. That could be why. He could be just because
Because
that
imagine
thing
two
going
teams
around.
get yeah, imagine two teams get trapped on the other side of the Canadian border when they still have to go out and play 30 games in 45 days,
But at the same time, you have the Blue Jays who are playing home games, so
Yeah, I know,
it
I know,
doesn't
I
make
know.
yeah, but that doesn't make sense. That doesn't add up.
Yo, would you rather have four teams trapped over there or two?
But that at that point, it doesn't make a difference. Like I get that
No, I
it does
agree
make a
with you,
difference,
but
but
that's
I don't think that's why. I think he just didn't want to deal with it
yeah, probably that too. I
because I
mean,
think it
probably.
probably made him less money at the end of the day or something.
Yeah, which
Let's
that's
be
all that
honest,
he
it had
cares
something to do
about.
with money. Um, I would have loved to see it.
Agreed.
Montreal deserves a baseball team. Montreal is a good city for baseball. I'm sure the fans would be ecstatic to have a team back there. The Rays would have fans in Canada in addition
Very,
to Florida.
yeah. Which would that promote maybe a possible move for Tampa in the future, depending on what they wanted to do.
I mean,
We don't know.
if they want to stay in, okay. So here's the deal: their lease with Tropicana Field ends in 2027. But I was reading, and it's lower my volume a little bit on yours. I'm getting an echo.
I don't know.
Oh, I've lost my train of thought. It's good now. I've lost my train.
So
Anyway, so their lease doesn't end until 2027, but I've been reading around, and I mean, according to everything I've been reading, if they really want to move stadiums or build another one in Tampa, it's gonna have to be done by like 2023. The stadium's gonna have to be built by 2023,
yeah,
which means they're gonna have to get the ball rolling tomorrow.
very soon. Yeah,
Like
yesterday actually.
yeah, they would have had to do it yesterday. It's getting towards the time. But then that leads to the question is what's gonna happen at this point? Do you think we could see the Rays moving to anywhere, like not even Montreal, anywhere full time and changing to whatever?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I personally like the Rays in Tampa. I mean, the players would most definitely love it, especially the AL and NL East. I mean, another trip to Florida never hurt anybody. It's nice to be in the sun,
Although,
everything. Yeah, it does get hot, but I think the problem that the Rays have right now more than anything is that people don't seem to be a big fan of their current stadium. The Trop Dome is not something that players look forward to playing in. The turf and everything is a little bit weird, and it's different to most stadiums, which are grass.
well, the main reason
It's the dome.
it's got a white roof.
Yeah, this does not help.
Baseballs are
Or white.
white.
About what? About 90% of it is white.
It's ridiculous. That's the main reason that Tampa's the house of horrors. Um,
Yeah, I mean, fly balls are probably one hell of a thing to field.
yeah. I mean, I personally, I also kind of agree. I think they're gonna find their way in Tampa. I don't see them moving. If they do, it would kind of be a huge thing. It's a baseball team moving to a different city.
It might even be a different country.
Yeah, I feel like in the next few, maybe a couple months, maybe a month or so into the season, we'll hear something about a new stadium being built in Tampa because they've
Yeah,
they've
and
got
they're
to
gonna
figure
need.
it out.
And I mean, Tampa's not a big market, so they're definitely going to be needing to get a loan or something, or have the
Well, what I've heard
Florida
from
taxpayers pay for it.
what I've heard from stuff is that like the reason they don't get much traction at their stadium now is because it's, well, besides the
Well,
fact
to
that
get to.
it's in St. Pete, but it's hard to get to. There's like a bridge to cross, and there's traffic, and then the parking or whatever.
Yeah,
So
I
they gotta
mean,
they
I
the
think
main thing with the new stadium is they gotta make it more easily accessible
without a
to
doubt.
everyone.
I mean, there's a chance that you and I might be heading down there this summer, so
I'd
we will
like to
be
get
able to
down there
assess that
before it.
further
I'd like to get down there before it
before
is
they
gone.
move anything. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we'll
I
have a couple years, but I'd like to get down there this year.
I definitely think that a new stadium is without a doubt in the front of like the battle here. I think that that's something that's going to happen. It's just a matter of, will it be in St. Petersburg? Will it be in like St. Petersburg, Tampa, or will it be somewhere else? You know, will the Rays have to relocate?
hmm I I I guess we'll just have to wait and see. It at the end
Yeah.
of the day, as much as I want to know right now, the both options kind of the staying in Tampa option seems a little bit more likely than moving, but both options seem like possibilities at the moment.
Yeah, which is crazy to think about.
It's more than crazy to think about. I mean, the Tampa Bay Rays. They're not even like an
Yeah.
old franchise. They're like a somewhat new franchise. Um, in the grand scheme of things, they are a new franchise. But that's crazy. Just completely moving. Could they move to another city in Florida? The Jacksonville
Orlando,
Rays,
Orlando Rays,
Tallahassee Rays.
the Key West Rays. Oh my God,
Mm,
imagine that drive down to
no,
Key
yeah, no,
West.
that would never happen. Never in a million years would that happen.
I would like to think not. All
I
right,
can
let's
I can
move on. Let's
confirm.
move on. We
Okay.
could
All
we
right.
could do this for hours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Well,
all we really got left and for news thing isn't even a full bit of news, but the MLBPA is submitting a counter offer tomorrow. I also forgot to change the date on the episode. Now that I said tomorrow, that is very outdated.
nice.
What is today? The
20,
23rd.
23rd,
23rd.
so put the
Okay.
24th.
No, no, 23rd.
Oh,
Um.
okay.
So
But yeah,
they're submitting a
counter
counter
offer.
offer tomorrow at this point, which is today if you're watching this, Monday, January 24th. Um.
So what do you think is going to be the headliner of this whole situation? Because obviously the MLBPA announced that there was going to be a counter offer. Do you think that means that they have a good offer
No, no, no.
going back into the MLB's
No,
office?
no, no. The it's gonna end the same way. It's the second time meeting since lockout. I think they're gonna. I think it's gonna be a 10-minute conference or whatever, and then it's gonna be the same thing as last time. Both the owners were displeased with the offer, and we're back to a stalemate. Because what are the players gonna offer? They're gonna offer what they want. They're not gonna offer anything that MLB wants. That's the whole issue. They both want literally opposite things.
Yeah. I mean, I think that this is going to be the last time we talk about a counteroffer and a meeting. I think that now that both sides got out exactly everything that they wanted, I think now we're going to see either the MLB or the MLBPA come up with some sort of compromise that seems fair, and then they'll get into one more meeting where they'll actually do it. It'll be an hour or two and fix everything and sign a contract. I think that this will not be the last meeting.
I I think I think we're gonna have a couple more counter offers. I don't just see this process that's been going on for over a year. I don't see it just ending because they want to start spring training. Because like we said, the owners could have not been in a lockout and we could start spring training with the old CBA. But they're choosing the lockout, which is showing that they're not going to stop until they get what they want. Um,
It's
I don't
disheartening.
I don't see them just compromising, unless unless the unless the players just submit, which doesn't seem like they would ever.
I'd like to think that they won't actually.
No,
I
they
definitely,
won't, and
I
that's
would love
exactly
to
why it's a
see
stalemate.
just the players get also a little bit of what they want as well. Not to say that either side deserves more than the other, but definitely an even compromise, I think, is on the horizon.
But that's the issue. Both sides aren't don't want to compromise. Both sides are too stubborn to give each other some of what they want and
I think
some
we
of
could
what
just
they
play
don't
a
want.
baseball game for who wants it. Put the owners out in the field, put Steve Cohen pitching and everything, and then have Mike Trout step into the box. Whoever wins, they get their offer.
I mean,
I
if
think that's
only
the
it was
best way
that
to settle
easy.
it.
If only it was that easy. That would be cool.
I would, I
I'd
think
love
I
to
would.
see Mike Trout take Steve Cohen deep.
That is a pay-per-view game right there. How much would you be willing to pay for that game?
I'd realistically,
I, yeah, I'd pay like $50,
yeah,
like on a pay-per-view, and I'd pay like
or
two hundred
40.
dollars for a ticket
I'd pay
to
less
go.
than two. I wouldn't pay for a ticket. I don't know if I'd pay for either because they're arguing over wanting more money. Why would I give them
Uh,
more money?
I would sit right behind the owner's dugout and
Would
heckle the hell out of them.
Yeah, but would you be stupid to pay for that? Because you're just giving the owners money. Why would you
Oh, no, no,
heckle
no,
them
no,
if you're just
no,
giving them money? You just paid
no, no, no.
$200 for a ticket just to
It's gonna be
heckle
at a
them.
neutral site. It's gonna be at a neutral site. No one's making money off of it.
I don't think that's how that works. It's
Okay,
someone's event.
well,
No, no, no.
well,
It's someone's
considering that this
event.
is not a real thing,
Well, yeah, we're speaking it into reality. It's never gonna happen though.
I
Never.
mean, we could,
It's
we
never
could.
ever gonna happen.
I mean, I think I might have to tweet at Steve Cohen and ask him if that is a possibility down the road.
I'm telling you, put us two in that room. It's done in 10 minutes.
Yeah, the 10, 20 minutes max.
Yeah, no, there's
Anything longer than that, I'll pay for anybody's lunch who's still in the meeting.
exactly. It's not that hard. Just kind of just get a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Universal DH.
Yeah, just a little bit of.
little bit of everything.
Everybody gets what they want.
I think it's simple.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Do we have anything else that we would like to talk about?
I don't really think so. I mean, I think that we hit all of our points pretty well.
Yeah, let me just make sure there's nothing else going on really. Um, we got Hall of Fame on Tuesday.
Dun, dun, dun.
Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. I
Might be live
believe.
streaming for the announcements.
Yes, we might be live streaming for the announcements. So you can
Turn
get
on
our
those
raw
post
reactions.
notifications.
Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens. I can
Well,
guarantee you
have we
Sammy
gone over
Sosa
what-
isn't getting in.
Have we gone over what you think? Like, if you had a ballot, who would you vote in?
Bonds, Clemens. Let me pull up a ballot really quick.
Here, I have one here if you want me to link it to you.
Nope, can't look at it. Hall of Fame ballot 2022. Here we go. Images. So, I would go with Bonds, Clements, Helton, Andrew Jones, Jeff Kent, Ortiz, Sheffield, Billy Wagner, Scott Rowland, and A-Rod.
Always.
Wait,
Okay.
Wait, did I say David Ortiz?
Yes, you did.
Okay, then yeah, and A-Rod.
All right. I agree with you on the most part. The only thing I would do differently is I would take out. Did you say Kurt Schilling?
Yeah.
I would take him out for Andrew Jones.
I put in Andrew. I said Andrew Jones.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Then I think we had the same ballot. I would do Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Andrew Jones, Manny Ramirez, Scott Rowland, Kurt Schilling, Gary Sheffield, Sammy Sosa, David Ortiz, and A-Rod. So
Sammy Sosa.
yeah.
Sammy.
Oh wait, no,
Sosa.
I definitely have last year's ballot.
No, if A-Rod's on it, then it's this year.
But no, A-Rod's not on it.
If A-Rod and Ortiz aren't on it, then it's last year.
Is this it? Wait, oh,
It's
yeah,
like the first
Sosa.
picture that comes up if you search Hall of Fame ballot 2022.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go.
I don't think Sosa should be on it.
I only think that he should just because of like, if you're gonna let one of the steroid users in, you gotta let all of them in. Obviously. I think he had an impact on the game that we still talk about. We were not alive for his era of baseball, but we still talk about it. I mean, he was a generational talent.
I mean, I get the steroid safe baseball thing, but something about, I mean,
there's a case to be made. I mean, I can understand why you wouldn't want to let him in.
He wasn't good without the steroids.
Right. I mean, Barry Bonds was
amazing
a Hall of
without the
Famer
steroids.
without them.
Right. So was Ortiz. So was A-Rod.
A-Rod. I mean,
something's different about Sosa. And Sosa, I don't know how he's even still on the ballot. Last year he's gonna get like 15% of the vote, if I'm guessing from what I've seen. I don't see him getting in.
Fair enough. I mean,
I'm not too fussed about.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, the one name that always sticks out to me as the Yankee fan, well, technically the two names are Andy Pettitte and Mark Teixeira. I mean, Mark Teixeira especially, I love that man, and I'm upset that what I remember of Mark Teixeira is not what everybody saw of Mark Teixeira. So obviously, I think he'll be on the ballot for a few more years, but I don't think that the Hall of Fame is in his future. Definitely the Hall of Very Good.
I mean,
especially at first base.
Maybe one day the Hall of Fame. It's only his first year on the ballot. I mean, I wouldn't count him out. He's got 10 years to do it.
I mean,
I wouldn't count it out.
I
wouldn't count it out.
Pop up is Jorge Posada, another Yankee. Miss his name on the ballot.
Yeah. He definitely deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, if Buster Posey deserves it and Joe Mauer deserve it, then I
Jorge
mean,
by far
Jorge
deserves it.
Posada is right there with him.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Will we see a catcher class when Buster Posey comes up
No,
for nomination?
nope.
I know.
But yeah, no, I'm excited to see the
The
outcome. I
results.
know Todd Helton's a big one for the Rockies. There's a lot of controversy on that one because of stats, not really because of steroids or anything. I
Yeah,
think he
because he
deserves
played
it.
at Coors Field.
I think he deserves it. Ortiz and A-Rod, if you have one on your ballot, you have to have both. I know that's not the case for the voters because they're stupid.
Say the least.
To say the very least, they are stupid. They don't know. Half of them don't even know what baseball is anymore. Um, but if you have David Ortiz, you have to have A-Rod. It's like
They go hand in hand.
just the fact. The only reason people don't hate David Ortiz is because he never officially like got hit with it.
To him.
He was part
But I
of
mean,
the thing, but he never got suspended or anything. He never got caught again. We don't know if he did it for longer. Obviously, A-Rod got caught more times, but they've both been in the media since they got retired. I don't know.
both
I
have a
think
positive light on them now.
I do think they both deserve it, but I think if you have one on your ballot, you have to have both.
Agreed. I mean, same thing with Clements and Bonds. You gotta let all the greats in. Whether or not they use steroids is in the past now. So you have to appreciate the great player that they were.
Yeah, if I had to change my ballot, I'd probably take both of them out, and put in Omar Vizquel and probably
Great player.
Bobby Abreu.
Bobby Abreu.
Yeah,
Who,
because I feel like A-Rod and David Ortiz, since they're in that kind of class and they still got 10 years, they're gonna get the same amount. They're gonna stay on the ballot and everything. I feel like they should just be second ballot.
Yeah. I mean, they're
To let some
I
of the
agree with
rightful
you.
names get in, but
Yeah, they definitely will get in eventually. It's just a matter of when, not if.
there's a slight chance that no one gets in this year.
Oh, don't even curse me with that, please.
I won't. I didn't say that in that case.
Especially with Bonds and Clements coming right up. I mean,
Yeah.
last year on the ballot for both of them.
I don't think Clements isn't gonna get in. Bonds, it's tiny chance.
I think that Bonds is gonna get in without a doubt, and Clements is gonna squeak in by like 2 votes.
No. I think Clements is not gonna get in at all, and Bonds is going to. If he gets in, it's gonna be exact 75.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we'll find out on Tuesday.
we will find out on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. If you're watching this on Monday, I'm looking forward to it. I think that's about it for this episode. We kind of covered all the news. We're gonna film another one after this, which is kind of a little bit more fun.
More entertainment.
That'll probably be out on Thursday, if I had to guess. But yeah, for now, that has been very normal baseball pod. Well, actually, do you have anything else to say?
Go Yankees.
Okay. Well, that has been a very, very, very normal baseball podcast. And we hope you have a great day. Had a great day, of course. Got to be nice. Got to be nice about it.
We love you, viewers.
Got to be nice about it. And we will see you next time. Peace.